For many high net worth families, success isn't defined merely by a good retirement, but by successfully transferring your wealth to the next generation and protecting that wealth from taxation. In this video, I'm going to outline two different paths. One involves the use of a RIF and the other, the use of a corporation to fund retirement. By the end of this video, you can decide for yourself which has a greater benefit. Welcome back to another video. I'm David Martel, founder of Apex Wealth Planning, and with over 16 years of experience, I'm here to bring confidence and clarity to your financial future. Now, the information I provide on this channel is for general education purposes only and is not personalized financial advice. If you need guidance tailored to your specific situation, head to my website linked in the description and let's get in touch. Now let's dive into the topic for today. Let's imagine two high earners, two dentists who are entering retirement. Brad, on one hand, has incorporated his practice and Mike hasn't. Now, let's say they've both accumulated savings of $3 million. For Brad, these savings are within his corporation. For Mike, these savings are mainly in his RRSP, with some in a TFSA and a non-registered account. Now let's take a look at what happens when Brad and Mike retire. Mike, without a corporation and with most savings in his RRSP, is forced to take a rising minimum amount of income every year from his RIF. Through this method, Mike doesn't have control over the amount of taxable income he receives. Instead, the minimum amount is dictated and the minimums will eventually reach 20% of the balance. Brad, on the other hand, with an incorporated practice, gets to decide how much income he wants to take from his corporation in any given year. He's not forced to take unnecessary income, meaning he's not forced to pay unnecessary tax. Now, let's take a look at the benefits when it comes to estate planning. For Mike, when death occurs, his remaining RIF balance will be considered taxable income. Depending on the province of residence, the entire balance could be taxed as high as 54%. I'm going to break down exactly how much of this wealth could be lost due to tax. But first, let's take a look at Brad's situation. For Brad, when death occurs, the shares of his corporation can be inherited by the next generation without the same tax liability. The corporation's assets aren't forcibly liquidated, which prevents a huge tax bill and leaves more for Brad's family. Let's say Mike receives $200,000 gross, equal to $135,000 per year in retirement, starting at age 65. Remember, in this example, both Mike and Brad start with savings of $3 million. So by age 90, Mike would have roughly $1.2 million remaining in his RSPs, which at death could cause a $648,000 tax bill. Subtract that tax bill from his remaining wealth, and his family is left with $552,000. The situation starts out similarly for Brad. He receives the same amount, $200,000 gross, and $135,000 per year in retirement, also starting at age 65. By age 90, he would have the same balance remaining, although he could have a larger balance remaining due to the flexibility he has in his retirement earnings. Let's assume his remaining balance is identical, $1.2 million. Let's also assume that entire value is capital gains. This means when death occurs for Brad, the CRA will treat his corporation shares as if he sold them at fair market value immediately before death, causing only 25% of his $1.2 million to be taxed at 54%. What's the ultimate difference between Mike and Brad? Upon death, Mike is taxed $648,000, leaving his family with $552,000. Brad, upon death, is taxed $162,000, leaving just over $1 million in the inherited corporation, bringing more potential to the next generation. This is one example of many when it comes to the difference incorporating can make for your financial future, for your retirement and succession. If you're interested in hearing more examples, let me know in the comments and I can provide more insight in a future video. But I also want you to know I've linked my website in the description below, and on that site I've got a great asset called the 7 Pillars of Wealth. a framework I've developed that covers every base when it comes to maximizing your financial strategy. Building wealth through a life of hard work, only to see it deteriorate from taxation, is unfair. This is exactly why I want you to head to my website where I can connect with you personally and start the journey of maximizing your potential and leaving a legacy for your family. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.